Hello and welcome to the first session of today's virtual college night. Thank you for joining us. My name is Nashla Daware and I will be facilitating today's session. Now before we begin, I want to cover a few items with you. If you have any questions during the session, feel free to put them in the chat box. We may not have time today, but we will try to address them during the session if time allows, or we will follow up with you in a follow-up email after the session. Now today's session will be recorded and available online along with the materials that we share. You can find all of them at www.floridashines.org. The last housekeeping item I want to share with you today is that we are live on Twitter, so feel free to share your comments and your questions with us at @FLShines. Today's session is My Career Shines, Plan Your Future Today, and we are live with Maggie Miller. Now Maggie is a global career development facilitator and a certified career advisor, supports the implementation of MyCareerShines. And as you know, MyCareerShines is Florida's education and career planning system. She is the perfect candidate to help guide us through the MyCareerShines system today. I don't want to take any more time, so without further ado, welcome Maggie.
Okay, welcome to everyone on the line. I'm going to share my screen next. Okay, I just want to know from Nashla, can you see my screen?
Yes, Maggie, we are good.
Wonderful. Okay, let me just minimize here. So I'd like to welcome everyone to our afternoon session for My Career Shines, Plan Your Future Today. I'm going to share our incredible and intuitive education and career planning system for middle and high school students. So here we go. So today we're going to learn how parents may partner in your child's career planning process and explore just some of the main features of Cooter Navigator. Cooter Navigator is the name of the system used by Florida called MyCareerShines is the branding, but this is Cooter Navigator for middle and high school students as they plan for their future. Just so you know, we may have some middle school parents or counselors on the line or students that Florida has a statute for middle grades promotion. So every student in the state of Florida, by the time they reach 9th grade, they have taken a career planning course. So this system called Navigator supports the implementation of the middle grades promotion statute. And just FYI, we have 3 systems that support all ages and all users. What you're going to see today is for middle and high school students, Cooter Navigator. We also have a system for life after high school called Journey. So all adult users may use our Journey system. And we have an in development a system for little ones K through 5th grade to explore coming in 2017 called Galaxy. And I just want to plug that these systems are at no cost for every resident in the state of Florida. For our parents on the line, we have many resources and actually free accounts for you to see what your what your children are exploring through their own system Navigator. And this is my cue to go live into our system. So here we go. Oh, excuse me. All right, so what you're seeing is the dashboard, the student-facing dashboard for MyCareerShines. If you notice, I am a fictitious 9th grader right now, so I'll focus kind of middle of the road, but this would be a high school system. The first thing I want to point out for our parents and our students and our counselors is most recently we launched our Spanish version. So if you are needing the Spanish version, it's located right here, and you would just switch to Spanish right here. There's so many features to share in 30 minutes. I have chosen some key features based on who I know is on the line with us. So first of all, everything is driven around 3 assessments, and for high school you actually get access to these 3 assessments I'm pointing to. And for middle school, the student would only have access to the career interest assessment and the Cooter Skills Confidence Assessment. The last one comes in 9th grade. In our trainings that we have, we go into great depth of interpreting these assessment results. But just know that your students will be encouraged to always explore occupations based on their interest assessment, skills, confidence, and work values. This panel on the left is really where I'm choosing to focus today, but before I do, I just want to share that if you have students, if you're parents on the line and you have students and our students on the line, that you can invite your parents to create a sister account where you all can have the same dialogue about what you are exploring. And in order to do that, you have to go into your account settings right here. And when you see your account settings, whoops, I think I just timed out. Let's try that again. There we go. When you go into your account settings, the very last choice on the list is My Parent Accounts. So the student would simply go in, invite their parents by their first name, last name, and either a text or an email. The parent receives a code, and then after they send the code, the parent creates the account. So it's very simple and intuitive, and you can add as many students as you like from your family. So I'm going to go down and show you that within the system, students can explore occupations. And these aren't just random occupations. These are occupations based on the 3 assessments or the 2 assessments, if you're in middle school, results that come together, those metrics come together, and the student then has a list of suggested occupations by assessment results. And, you know, as career advisors, we look for alignment with their skills and their interest and their work values. So what students will do is they will choose one of these occupations, click on it, and then that goes to a link, and then they learn all about an occupation and then start to make some decisions. And what education might I need to study, for example, audiovisual and multimedia collection specialist? And even within this tab right here, students can find schools that offer each of the occupations that are listed. So it's a very intuitive system for students to start to explore and learn about their future occupations. I'm going to close this tab and show you now Plan for Education. So this tab is very interesting and important to our parents and our students and our counselors. I am only choosing a couple of these live links to show you. We go in great depth in training. But first I wanted to show you Find School. So if we've got high school parents on the line right now, your students can actually filter and locate schools based on several filtering options. So, and when they actually choose one of, right now we're showing actually 392 schools, but once they locate a post-secondary institution, students can start to, open one up here for you, students can actually use this tab to explore that particular institution. And look at this right here. They can actually apply from their Cooter Navigator account to that institution. And of course, learn all about the school itself. So that's a handy tab for, especially for our juniors and seniors out there. The other area I wanted to show you under this menu item is, let's go to learn about financial aid. Parents, you've got students that are going to be going to college. You're going to learn a lot about the FAFSA, so you can actually start and complete your FAFSA from this tab. Students can learn about their Bright Futures eligibility and track their transcripts through Bright Futures right here. And one of our favorite buttons is number 3, and that is where we can find and apply for scholarships. So under the number 3 button, a student can seek out and search for scholarships from Peterson's database of scholarship searches. And as you can see today, there are 271 options for students to start exploring and looking for that money to get them through their 4 or 6 or 8 years of college. And I just want to show you that when you click on one, a student can read about their requirements and are they eligible, and go straight to the website and start applying today once they have their account. So that's pretty exciting. There's lots of money out there for our students. We just need to show them where to find the money. And that is the last of Plan for Education, but lots to explore, of course, once you get your account. I'm going to skip over, for the sake of time, Plan for Work and Find a Job, but just know, parents on the line, you can too create a free account. You would be considered a Journey user, but also you can look for work if you need to, or find a job, and learn about the interview process right here. But I'm going to move on down and look at the portfolio. What I did not tell you is that as soon as a student creates their account, as soon as they start taking assessments, what happens is they are building an online presence for themselves. So within their portfolio, there's a lot of things that they can do. First of all, their assessments are held right here in their portfolio, and that would be the same as you would see on the screen, but inside of their portfolio. And then they would also be able to build a resume, cover letters, and references. And what I'd like to do is show you how easy it is to build a resume. So you simply click on the resume, and it's all fillable spaces, and you can customize it. And so you would add your sections and just fill in the spaces that they're asked. And just to show you what one looks like, you can preview it, and here's a completed one right here. I'll just preview this one to show you how simple it is, and I can edit at any time. So I'm going to preview it, and then you can print it from here. It's just quite amazing, especially when you consider how many of us out there created our first resume on a typewriter. So our students have such ease, and they can edit their information and update just in just moments. Cover letters are designed the same way. I'm not going to open that tab. And also references. And keeping in mind, all of this is in their portfolio. And the last thing I'll show you today is that electronic portfolio. One more thing I want to show parents and students and counselors out there is that when your students favorite schools, or if they favorite occupations, students can actually start comparing and learning about specific occupations. I'm going to choose 2. And I'm going to hit my compare button down here. And then we can learn all about occupations and then start to make some decisions. You know, how about salary? Would that help me make a decision? Or an increase in growth? What is ONET saying about the increase in these jobs? Are they on the trend, or are they declining? Okay, so that's our research area, and students can start to decide really hone in by the time they're in high school on what they would like to be when they grow up. And then the other compare feature I wanted to show you, and parents especially are really excited about this feature. Toward the end of their high school career, they're looking at colleges. And so I'm going to just select two. You could select three if you like. I'm going to select a large university and let's say a private one here. Hit the compare feature, and then side by side, students, parents, and counselors can start comparing schools. This is still loading, so I'll give it a second. There we go. So there's our large university, there's our private university, and you can start to make some comparisons by the student body, the admissions information, and also, and most importantly sometimes, the tuition and fees. And you can see these two I selected on purpose are quite drastic in that area. So those are some of the major features in my favorites that I wanted to share. Just going to hit the home button again. And then I'm going to show you something very important that we just unleashed for the whole state of Florida. And that is my academics and my education plan. I just want to point out for our high school students that under this tab you can actually be redirected and learn all about the academic requirements based on cohort for graduating. You can also track your high school academic progress here, and this takes you to that fantastic portal of Bright Futures. And then when you finish step 2, you're ready to create your ed plan. So the ed plans are actually right here. I'm going to click. And students, you would be working with your school counselor to develop your 4-year plan around 8th grade. And then to create a new plan, you would simply add a new plan, include what courses. Maybe you took Algebra 1 in, maybe you took Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and that would count toward graduation. So each of these years expands, and then students can start adding their courses and plan out their electives. And what's really important is for our students to use their assessment results to start choosing electives that move them in toward focusing on a career. So if a student is interested in the performing arts, and that's showing up and matching up into their assessment results, then let's plan out our 4 years, whether it's band or any of the performing arts or any of the other areas of interest. So we want to encourage our students to use their assessment results to make this course selections. And of course this would expand all the way out until 12th grade. Now I'll show you what one looks like completed. This was just released last week, so I'm happy to say I was able to put one together this weekend. So let's go back here, and I chose a 24 credit ed plan, so I'm going to open this up, and then I did choose that I'm going to take Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and then I planned out my 9th grade, I planned out my 10th grade. See if I can get it to open up. There we go. I planned out my 11th grade and all the way to 12th grade. And then I want to show you, when you look at a preview of it, this actually is a document that will be signed by the student and by the parent and can be approved in this can be approved through MyCareerShines by the parent. This goes in the student's CUME and it's kept with them, and it's also updated over time in case some of those course selections change. So that's pretty exciting. It was certainly a lot of work on behalf of the folks that put it together. So we've been waiting for it, and we're so excited the ed plans are here. I'm going to wrap up with the last of this in this list called My eProfile. This is only available for high school students. However, when a middle school student begins to take their assessment, and maybe they're starting a little resume information that they're gathering over time, it's still part of their e-profile. They just won't see it until 9th grade. It holds all of it. So what I also wanted to do is just click here and share with you that now in high school, and this goes also with the Journey system for all adults, that students now have a URL, and that URL can be sent to a future employer or perhaps an interview at a college or university, and it can be used to share this amazing web page that's also free for all students in the state of Florida and adults. So I just want to show you how it can be customized. You can have some social media links here added, change your profile photo, write a summary paragraph. What information would a student include in a portfolio? You know, do you want to share your favorite occupations, schools, and majors? And also, your assessment results can be saved, or they can be not saved by unclicking. It's up to the user. Many times, adults will have several different kinds of resumes, so you can choose which resume or not to include one at all. And then my references. You can add as many references as you like. And then also, a student can actually upload projects, essays of fantastic examples of their writing skills, photography, letters of reference, anything a student would put inside of a portfolio naturally to showcase their skills and talents. They could add documents. So what I wanted to do is just end today with sharing what does this look like. So I'm going to send this URL to maybe Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida. Here I come, and I want to impress you to show you my skills and talents. Maybe open this up during an interview or send it ahead of time. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so I just want to point out that these are live buttons. This goes straight to my live Twitter, and this goes straight to my live LinkedIn or any of those other social media the other social medias. There would be a hot button right here above the picture. And then this is the About Me section, so it shows everything that I chose to include. It also shows that resume that I built earlier. Well, it lays it out in web format right for the person who's sharing. There are the references and also any of those documents that would want to be shared as part of a portfolio. This was an exciting development that we released in the spring, and so we wanted to be sure and share that with anyone on the call today or on the webinar, because whether you're a student, a parent, or a counselor, it's been a great source of excitement. And I need to point this out before I end this webinar and kind of close up, that when we entered into this contract with University of West Florida, my company, Cooter Incorporated, Florida Shines was developed, and what happened was we decided that every resident would have free access to create an account. And guess what? They are going to keep it forever. If our contract ever ends, I hope it never does, with University of West Florida, you still, if you own an account, will keep it for a lifetime. Now, I wanted to point one more item out to you, that you have access in your panel, I think it's to the right of your screen, on 3 documents that I'm including to assist you. So there's a flyer in there about MyCareerShines, you'll see it, and it is downloadable in the Handouts tab in your control panel. I've also got a 15-page parent guide. As a career advisor, I always hand this to parents and walk them through the career planning system so they are partners in their child's education and career planning. And then also for students, I've got a student registration PDF, and if you follow the instructions on that PDF, you can create today, this afternoon, you can create your own MyCareerShines Cooter Navigator account. So it's a lot to share. Usually what I share I will do in 3.5 hours, so it's difficult to pick and choose, but I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. I hope that you all create accounts, as well as our adults on the line. You would actually register exactly as your child would. You would just choose an adult job seeker. So I think that that covers MyCareerShines Navigator for our middle and high school students. So I'm going to mute myself and let our moderators come on back and complete the session.
Thank you, Maggie, so much for a wonderful overview. That portfolio just really is a great way to build and present your skills digitally, professionally. I personally learn something new every time I log into the system with my account. So thank you again for a wonderful overview. I want to remind the audience that MyCareerShines, again, is available to you now. It's a free Florida Shines service brought to you by the state of Florida, so go to mycareershines.org to create your account today. This part concludes our 3 o'clock session for MyCareerShines. I want to thank Maggie again for sharing that wealth of information in 30 minutes. You will receive an email after the session with a link to our survey, so please take a few seconds to complete it and tell us how we can improve and assist you. If you need additional information, you can email us at collegenight@flvc.org, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at FLShines. The next session for College Night tonight starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The session will cover all you need to know about the FAFSA, your gateway to financial aid. We look forward to seeing you at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you very much for attending.